Hi, what's going on? How's everyone today? Welcome to the stream. I am downloading a big update for Forza Horizon 5. I had already preloaded it on my Xbox Series X in anticipation for its release on the 9th. To clarify, because some people this morning in the stream chat were a little confused about when it comes out. Forza Horizon 5 comes out on the 5th. If you bought like the Ultra Deluxe Edition that comes with all these bells and whistles and things, I'm not doing that. I'm getting it under Game Pass. I'm a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. I mean, do I want to play the game? Absolutely. Do I want to have to buy the game outright instead of getting it under Game Pass to get it 4 days early? No. No. Absolutely not. That would be like throwing away $60, $70. So, no, I am not doing that. I am waiting till the 9th. So, to preload the game, I think it was like 100 gigs or something like that. It's huge. The graphics of the game are outstanding, supposedly, but they're also humongous when it comes to the storage space of the game. Today, there is a 20 gig update. 20 gigs. So, I guess the game overall is 120 gigs on the Xbox Series X. Just to give you guys a heads up, if you're interested in getting it, it's ginormous. But hopefully it's worth it, you know. Hopefully it pays off and ends up being a really fun game. Excuse me. I think it will. The previous Forza Horizon games were outstanding. Forza Horizon 3, I played it on a whim. If I remember correctly, Forza Horizon 3, I think I got for free. I think what it was that was, 2016? That was the year when I was still partnered with Machinima. And Machinima just sent out random games to people without even, like, I didn't ask for it. They were just like, oh, here's a code for Forza Horizon 5. And I was like, well, I'll wait till it calms down a little bit with the gaming season. And then I'll try it out. And I did, and I was like, what the hell? This game is, like, super fun. It was just so cool. It was, you know, great graphics, open world gameplay with giant variety of stuff you can do in the game. It wasn't just racing, which is what most of these games are. It was stunts, challenges, exploration, and looking for hidden cars. And the graphics, oh my god, the graphics were super cool. There was those, I don't think they're called drivatars, but basically like these virtual players in your game who were based off of like your Xbox Live friends list and stuff. Like, that was really cool. That was really, really cool. And I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow, opened my eyes completely to what the game could be. Then a couple years later, Forza Horizon 4 came out, and again, a fan this time bought it for me. I remember they bought the whole like season pass, and it ended up having a lot of extra skins and content and stuff. And that was super fun too. That one was set in the first one was set in Australia, and then 4 was set in the UK. And that one was special to me because as I was playing Forza Horizon 4, the viewers were contributing. I had become an interactive streamer by the time it had come out. And so we were having fun conversations about, you know, Great Britain and the locations and things that I was driving by in the game, because I don't know about them, but the people were like, yeah, these are real. And you're actually driving by real places, which is really neat, right? So that was really cool. And now I get to play Forza Horizon 5, which is in Mexico, and apparently it's the biggest one yet. The most variety of environments. Like, there's a volcano, but then there's lush tropical jungles, but then there's dense city parts. Like, there's a ton of variety and stuff in Forza Horizon 5. And everyone who's had their hands on it early, like Digital Foundry said, it's the best looking like game. They can't even tell you to play if you should play in performance or fidelity mode, because they're both so outstanding, you know. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that. By the way, good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, the 2nd of November, 2021, and I'm Darkside Phil, and I welcome you here to a full day of gameplay streaming. This is the new setup for streaming for November. We actually did this on the fly yesterday. Yesterday, I started off with 2 boxes and the YouTube play button. And on the fly, people were like, hey, whatever happened to that pixel art that you had from fans? I was like, oh yeah, it's right over here, and I grabbed it. So I added Ryu and Mega Man behind me. Pretty cool. Then someone was like, you know, looks kind of empty up here. Why don't you put your Switch box, no love for Nintendo? And I was like, it's a good point. So I took the Switch box out of the closet and I put it up there. And now we actually have what I feel, this is a nice little background setup. Pretty nice. Zen Shuriken says, you should put your amiibos and pre-order bonuses on the PS5 box. I don't have any. What I have are these 2 things. How's that? That's all I have. That was sitting right here. So there you go. Fallout bobblehead and Midna amiibo from Twilight Princess. Those are the only two things I have to put up there. I don't have anything. I literally don't have anything else. I don't have any pre-order bonuses or anything, to put up there. I don't pre-order games physically anymore. And all that junk got, it's gone. I actually either gave it away or threw out a lot of it. There you go. Usagi Jojo says you're building the towers of power. There you go. Every day, I'll add a little more. Until finally it's so cluttered and messy that everyone hates it. That's how it starts off nice and clean and neat. And then slowly you tweak it a little more. Next thing you know, it looks terrible. This is how it started in Connecticut in my condo back in the day. When I used to film like channel updates and stuff. My countertop behind me started off empty. And then I started adding, oh, here's a pre-order figurine. Here's a model. Here's a statue. Here's a piece of art hanging on the wall. And then by the time that I was done in Connecticut, it looked like a fucking cluttered closet. It was bad. Okay. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Fun week ahead. This week, seriously the next week, is the calm before the storm. And what I mean by that is what we're going to be doing in the next week is basically finishing up certain playthroughs, as well as doing a few like mini playthroughs here and there, until the big releases start hitting for November. And let me tell you, the releases for November are much more interesting and huge than the ones in October were. Okay? I don't want to talk about how underwhelming October was again because we're past that. We're past October. It's over with. Okay? Now, excuse me. Now, let's talk. All right? This week, we've got continuing and finishing playthroughs. I'm going to try to get as far as I possibly can in Far Cry 6, if not wrap up Far Cry 6, hopefully in the next week. We've got House of Ashes, the second run, where I'm going to try to finish up my second run, trying to keep everyone alive using alternate choices. I'm going to try to do that over the course of the next week. There will be advancement in Lost Judgment, but there's no way I'm beating that game in the next week. We all know how long the game is. From what people are saying, I'm probably halfway, if not a little bit more than halfway through, because I've done so many of the school stories, but we still got a long ways to go with that one, okay? As for other playthroughs, I'm currently in the midst of Visage, a psychological horror game that we started playing on Halloween. It was so scary and good that I played it as a full playthrough, and I'm loving it. Like, I played it yesterday, and outside of what I would argue are a few gameplay shortcomings where the game's a little cryptic and doesn't really explain what is expected of you, and the fact that there's a lot of repetitive deaths because you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, outside of that, it is definitely scary shit. It is. So, I'm really, really enjoying it. Looking forward to more of that. Also, Condemned Criminal Origins, I played during the Halloween event, and you guys loved it. I played it for 3 hours, and you guys were, like, not even bored. You're like, keep going. I'm like, well, we're going to switch games now, So I want to do that as well. Once we finish Visage, which apparently is not a very long game, we're going to, go back and keep going with Condemned Criminal Origins. So this is pretty cool. It's all basically, kind of content to hold us over until the new release content starts coming out next week. Next week, it's 1 week from today, actually. Forza Horizon 5 will come out for Game Pass users. And like I said, no, I'm not dropping extra money to get it early. That'd be ridiculous. When I have it under Game Pass, why would I spend $70 on it? Okay? So, Tuesday, Forza Horizon begins. And then, 2 days later, the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Trilogy comes out. And that will be basically like, I feel like when that comes out, that's really when things are going to kind of hit overdrive here. You're going to have people coming to the streams who haven't been here for a while because they're going to want to see me play the GTA games again with these new additions. It's going to be to the point where I'm going to play them and people are going to enjoy it. And then the streams that I decide for variety, I'm not playing it, people are going to be screaming, why aren't I playing it? It always happens. It really does. Whenever I play a game that's like hype, people want it all the time. Even though I'm a variety streamer and I strive to make my content varied so that you don't expect the same thing every stream, people undoubtedly will still be demanding the same thing every day. It just happens, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, good stuff on the horizon. Now, there is other stuff coming out as well. We've got the new Pokemon game is coming out, and I think that comes out only a few days after the GTA collection. I think it's like the next Tuesday. So that's either Pokemon Diamond or Pearl. I haven't decided which one I'm going to get yet. but I'm definitely interested in that. And then there's Battlefield 2042, also this month. So we've got 4 really high-profile new releases: Forza Horizon 5, the GTA collection, trilogy collection, I should say, the Pokemon re-releases, and Battlefield. Those are the 4 big ones, okay? And of course, I'll be balancing all the other things that I'm doing. Like I said, Lost Judgment is not going to be done. We're definitely going to be continuing on with Lost Judgment over the course of this month to balance it with everything else. You'll notice one thing I didn't mention. I tweeted about it this morning, actually. You'll notice one game I absolutely did not mention in this mix. Call of Duty Vanguard. What's funny about this is, by now, when we're only a few days away, it comes out this Friday. Yeah, it comes out this Friday. Did you even know that? That Call of Duty Vanguard comes out this Friday, right? This is so different this year. It really is. It's so different this year. Usually, around the time of the release of Call of Duty, people are hyped for it. They're talking about it nonstop. It's like, we're not even going to release any games near the release window of Call of Duty because we realize when it comes out for like 2 weeks, so many people are playing it and talking about it. We don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. This year, it's the opposite. This year, there's little to no buzz anywhere on the internet about Call of Duty Vanguard. People aren't real. The only people who I've noticed are talking about it are content creators. People who literally rely on this game to make them money and give them views. People who play Warzone and other Battle Royale constantly, and they need this game to reinvigorate their content because they're playing the same stale shit over and over, and they need something new to bring people to their audience. That's it. I'm not noticing anyone else talking about Vanguard. In fact, it's so bad that there is news today about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That's the Call of Duty that comes out next year. There was actually news about that Call of Duty today, like some update about what's going to be in it and shit. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? How often or ever do you hear about the next Call of Duty before the one that's coming out this week? Like, never, right? Usually with Call of Duty news, it's all about the new one, and then the hype for the new one, and the expansions for the new one, and then maybe like 6 months into the life cycle of the new one, then you hear about the next one. They already are looking past Vanguard, realizing that Vanguard is going to be a disappointment, and they're talking about next year's Call of Duty. Like, holy shit. So, I'm being very transparent with all of you here. I have no interest in Vanguard. None. Like, literally none. Now, I'm a content creator who's been around since 2008. I've been consistently covering every major game release. Every fall, I play the new Call of Duty. It's been since, I think, Modern Warfare 2, I think, is where I started doing it. Or was it World at War? It might have actually been World at War, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because I think 2008 was World at War. 2009 is when I went to the midnight release of Modern Warfare 2, and I came home and I played the campaign in the middle of the night, and the next day I played the multiplayer. I think that's what it was. And then every single year, I cover it. I am skipping it in 2021. After playing that beta, I was completely convinced to not buy the game. That's how bad that beta was. Unfinished asset, bugs, crazy shit. The gunplay was terrible. Just everything about it, it was just, the more I played it, the more I hated it. I was like, why would I spend money on this when it feels like there's been zero effort put into this fucking game? Surprisingly enough, at first it feels fun. But then after you play it for a little bit and you start realizing what the actual meta of the gameplay is going to be, you're like, oh, it's just not good, man. So, I'm not doing it. I'm skipping it completely. And, if you guys play it this year, great. Good on you. I hope you enjoy it. But I don't see the point in wasting $70 for a campaign that'll be kind of okay. Like it always, it's okay campaign, and multiplayer that I know I'm probably not going to like based on that beta, right? Now, Golden Coach just said, if someone buys you the equivalent PSN credit, will you shoot the shit with Vanguard or night streams? I would prefer, if that were the case and someone absolutely wanted to donate credit just for me to get Vanguard, I would want it on Xbox Series X because I get surround sound on Xbox Series X. Like, I wouldn't want to play it on PSN because I don't get surround sound. Why would I play the inferior version for me, But that would basically be the only situation where I would play Vanguard is if someone's actually so upset with me that I'm not playing it that they wanted to donate credits specifically for me to get it, and then I would play it. I'm not telling you I'm going to like it, or I'm telling you I would not commit to playing it long term. I would give it a try, but I absolutely would not buy that game and play it for myself. No. I have no plan. It's not in the schedule. You know, I'm just not going to mess with it. Unless people absolutely are demanding that they want to see me play it, then if someone wanted to donate or whatever. By the way, I should say this. Thank you guys so much for all the support over the summer and the early fall. There's been a lot of support going on, and in particular, there were some people who actually donated a lot of credits, both for PlayStation Network and for Xbox Series X, well, actually Xbox Live, and they bought quite a few things, like games and stuff that I've been doing, but as of now, that's all gone. It's all dried up. So one way that you can contribute to my streams, if you're not interested in getting notoriety on a stream, I don't want to shout out during a live stream or anything, but I want to help out Phil to create content. You could always donate credits for Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. I accept digital codes. And so what you can do is you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com and just send me the digital codes for either Xbox Live or PlayStation Network. Actually, you know what? And I should say this too. Coming up, there's 2 games on the Switch. There's the Pokemon game that I'm going to get. It's either Diamond or Pearl. And I'm definitely playing Metroid Dread, as I told you guys. I just don't know when, but I'm playing it. So if you want to help out, but you just don't really care about the public notoriety of like sending a tip or something on stream, you can email me some digital codes, whether it's for PlayStation Network, Xbox Live, or the Nintendo Store. Any of those things would be helpful right now, because I'm looking at the landscape. For example, got the GTA Collection that I'm going to be getting on Xbox Series X, so that's Xbox Live. Like I just mentioned, the 2 games on Switch, that's Nintendo. Later on this month, we've got Battlefield. I'm going to get that on Xbox, so that's another Xbox game. And I'm trying to think if anything else comes to mind right now in particular. Like, for example, some people have been asking about other games, like, you're going to play Shin Megami Tensei, you're going to do this. As you guys know, I'm interested, but like I said, I'm not committing to any other RPG-style games or anything like that until we get through Lost Judgment. That would be pretty stupid for me to be like, yeah, send me Shin Megami Tensei and send me this and that, and then I'm not playing it. That would be, I don't want to accept stuff that I know I'm not going to be doing right now, because I would feel like, that would make me feel bad. Like, what's the word, disingenuous or whatever? Like, accepting a bunch of shit when I'm not committing to doing it. You know what I mean? So, please, if you're interested, okay, please contact me, email me. All right. By the way, you can check out I have an Amazon wish list. If you type !wish list into the stream chat, there should be, Nightbot should put up a link. And you could go right to the Amazon wishlist. You could buy credits right off of there. But the catch with that is they don't send me the codes. I know that sounds really stupid. They still haven't updated the system. If you buy those codes, they don't send them to me. I don't know why they even exist. Like, why is that even... I don't know. But anyway, if you're going to get any of that and help me out, please email me the stuff or else I won't get it. Okay? You'll be buying yourself digital codes and I won't get them. But anyway, the reason I bring that up is because I know this month between GTA, Battlefield, Pokemon, upcoming Metroid Dread, and also Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot about that. Like, I want to play Guardians of the Galaxy too. Right there, there's 5 games that you can help out with if you want to help out behind the scenes, okay? Totally up to you. Just throwing that out there as an option, because a lot of people say, I'm not too interested in tipping during the live stream. I don't care about the notoriety of the tipping or whatever. But that's another way that you can contribute, okay? Okay. All right, so that's the month. Like, in a nutshell, that's the month. I'm excited for November a lot. I really am. I feel like this month, because of the amount of high-profile new releases coming out, and like I said, you know the hype that's going to build up when GTA comes out, it's going to be a really special month. We just got to get to that, and this first week is kind of a week where we're doing fun stuff, and I know I'm going to have my core audience with me. Right now, I got almost 200 people on the pre-stream and growing. I know you guys are my core audience, and you're going to be around to hang out with me no matter what I'm playing, and I appreciate that. I really do. But we're going to get more people on the streams later on in the month when all the new stuff starts coming out, you know. Okay, so let's talk in particular about that. Let's talk about what I'm doing. All right, today, the main stream is the continuation of Far Cry 6. We're currently about 3 or 4 hours into the 3rd area of the island, which is the Legends, the old people who liberated this island once, the island of Yara, working together again to try to liberate it again. And then on top of that, there's another group, and I forgot what they're called, but there's a younger group of rebels. And basically, it's the Legends and those younger rebels kind of trying to team up to liberate the island from Castillo. So we're working with them. It's actually a good plot line. I like this already. I like it way more than the Maximus plot line. I think the Maximus were really obnoxious. This is more interesting to me. And I'm having fun with it. It's chill fun. It's open world fun. We have a good time relaxing and talking and interacting when I play Far Cry 6. I know it's going to be a stream that won't get as much attention as many other games, but it is what it is. I still enjoy playing it. And, at this point, we're basically in the last third of the game. So thanks for chilling with me, and I hope you'll have a good time with me today as we continue to play it, okay? Later tonight, the late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Time is the continuation of House of Ashes, the second run where I'm trying to make all the alternate choices to keep everyone alive. So far, there have been some interesting differences since my first run. Number one, we kept Merwin alive. That is the guy who got cut up by the barbed wire. He died right away in the first playthrough. We've got him alive now. And I guess what I'm to understand is if you keep him alive for an extended period of time, it will change the plot. So I'm excited for that to see how it changes tonight. Hopefully, we can keep up the pattern and keep everyone alive. Okay? It's very tense, very suspenseful, exciting stuff. I hope you'll be here later tonight for that. Tomorrow, the continuation of Visage, horror game that is scaring the crap out of me, quite frankly. Again, last night, I'm like half asleep and I'm seeing Visage in my head. I'm like, oh my god, the scary visuals and everything in the game. It really does. It creeps you the fuck out. The camera. Oh god, the camera mechanics of yesterday. Whew, that was something. So anyway, that's good stuff. Continuing tomorrow. I don't know how far we'll get, but it's scary, man. Then tomorrow night, it's going to be the continuation of Lost Judgment. Last night, we got into really heavy story. If you did not watch last night's stream, just to forewarn you, when you're going to go watch those videos on demand on YouTube, completely unexpected, very serious stuff. Then after that, we got more lighthearted, and I continued on with the dance club and the new club, the boxing club. We did that for a while, and it looks like when I continue on, we're going to do more boxing club stuff on Wednesday night, okay? Thursday is my day off for the week, so no streaming on Thursday. I hope you guys will have a good day away and get caught up on everything. Friday will be the continuation of Far Cry 6 paired with my weekly late-night Street Fighter stream Friday night. Then on Saturday, it'll either be more Visage if I'm not done with the game. If I'm done with the game, then it's going to be continuing on with Condemned Criminal Origins, the other game from the Halloween Marathon that you guys liked so much and asked me to continue, so we're going to do that. Saturday night will be more House of Ashes, and we'll see how we're doing at that point. I think at that point we'll be about 6 hours in, but I think the game's about 8 hours long, so we still got more to do. Sunday, probably more Far Cry, and what I'm thinking is between today, tomorrow, and then Sunday, maybe we'll beat Far Cry, which would be good. It would be good if we actually wrap it up, because then I'd be able to focus in on the new stuff and not have to worry about this lingering playthrough, but I guess we'll see, okay? And then Sunday night, I think, basically what we're doing is we're alternating. We're alternating between either Visage and Condemned and Far Cry until we wrap up these playthroughs, all right? Now, something very important, please listen up, okay? This coming Sunday, which is the 7th, November 7th, daylight saving time ends in the United States. What is daylight saving time? It is an archaic, outdated, illogical practice that we still follow in the United States. We change our clocks forward and backward twice a year. In the spring, we move our clocks forward. In the fall, we move our clocks back an hour. Why? Well, there were two primary reasons why. The first was originally it was supposed to be for farmers to get extra daylight so that they would have more time to do their crops and stuff. I don't understand how the hell that works because it's so outdated, it doesn't make any sense. The other reason was supposed to be for electricity conservation. I guess they felt if people are awake more during the time when there's light, they won't use as much electricity to see, and it would conserve electricity. But they actually just did a study, a scientific study, that proved it has zero effect in the modern day. Zero. We save no electricity at all doing it. It actually has absolutely no practical purpose. We do it just for the sake of doing it. How dumb is that? Well, back in the day, we used to take out giant spiked bats and smash each other in our asses because back then there used to be giant parasites that would eat on your butt. So we would just smash each other's asses with these bats until they were dead, and then we would go on with our day. Well, today, there's no more parasites, but we still walk around smashing each other's asses with spiked bats. No! If there's something that has no practical purpose, you don't fucking do it anymore. For some reason, we still do it. I just don't understand it. And a few years ago, here in Washington State where I live, the government voted and said, do away with daylight saving time. We don't need it. It has no purpose. Just stop doing it. But then it never went through. Like, they voted it. But I guess what happens is the federal government has to get involved to basically have it go through. And they never did. The feds never did. For some odd reason, the feds never, like, went through with it. And so we still are stuck with it. As dumb as it sounds and as impractical as it is, we're still stuck with the damn thing. So, hello, Jasper. Isn't it fun when he just jumps up there? Hello, buddy. No, my bottle cap. He's stealing my bottle cap. You know you don't get to steal my bottle cap. How dare you? He's trying to steal my seltzer bottle cap. That is unacceptable behavior. You block that off so he can't steal it. Okay. All right. So anyway, this Sunday, November 7th, daylight saving time ends. What that means is that we take our clocks and we pull them back 1 hour. So as of right now, it's 11:36 a.m. for me, right now. As of next week, well, as of Sunday, it will actually be 10:36 a.m. for me. So in 1 week's time, my stream will not have started yet. My stream will be starting an hour later. You see what I'm saying? So I know that it's different all around the world. I believe that it was actually daylight saving time, I believe, started in the UK this last weekend. And so that people were confused because they were like, didn't your clocks change? No, we do it at a different time here in the United States, which causes monstrous confusion because no one knows what time anything is. So as of this Sunday, everything starts an hour later. Okay? Just to forewarn everyone. Listen, I benefit from it. I get a nice extra hour of sleep. So I'm not going to complain, but I understand for people who are not in the United States and you're trying to figure out, gee, when does Phil's stream start? Why is it different? You guys might be here an hour early, sitting around be like, where's Phil? What's going on? Where the hell is Phil? Why is the stream not on? That's why, okay? So, FYI, just so you know, starting on Sunday, everything starts later, okay? So this week, balancing Far Cry 6 and Visage, and then switching over from Visage to Condemned Criminal Origins, and essentially trying to finish up all of those games. Also, finishing up my second run of House of Ashes. All of that before Forza Horizon comes out. There's no guarantee I will, but I'm going to try. Now, obviously, Forza Horizon releases on the 9th, as I said, for Game Pass users, and that'll be the main featured stream for that day. I'm excited for that. I want to see, what content they put into the game and how gorgeous the game is. We're going to find out. I am off from streaming that Wednesday, which is November 10th, okay? I return on the 11th for the premiere of the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Remastered Trilogy. I'll be playing GTA 3 on launch day as the main featured stream. If you guys want, I can even do it all day. If you guys are so into it, I'll do a double stream of it. Because I rarely these days, very rarely do double streams, right? But I'm feeling that people like when I play GTA so much. If you wanted to see me play GTA 3 like all day long, I would play it all day long. All right, but that's up to you. Maybe you want to see GTA 3 on the first stream and then Forza on the late stream. I could do that. I just feel like that day, the 11th, I should do all new release content. Like, I shouldn't be doing any chill stream content at night. It should be all new release stuff, So I'll take your feedback. And we'll see what you guys say, but we'll figure it out, okay? So then, it's going to be GTA and Forza as featured streams balanced in with, say, Lost Judgment. Since I'll have wrapped up House of Ashes, I may, at that time, start up other late-night chill content. For example, that YouTuber's Life 2 game. Maybe squeeze that in 1 or 2 streams a week to see if it works as a late-night chill stream. It feels like Animal Crossing combined with, like, a parody of content creation. I definitely want to check that out. So, we'll see. But it's going to be mostly GTA and Forza balanced with more chill stream stuff. And that'll be for the foreseeable future. I believe, like I said, the next week Pokemon comes out, and then we'll go from there and we'll judge, when is Battlefield going to make it into the schedule, etc. But like I said, I know what's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen. The GTA trilogy is going to come out. That's all anyone is going to want. You guys are going to be like, just play GTA. Keep playing GTA. You have 3 of them now. Keep playing them. I know it. I know how it works. Okay? So anyway, yeah. Now, someone is asking me a question. Hold on. Zizo keeps asking me, what makes me decide to buy a PS5 or a Series X version of a game? If there is a game that is cross-platform, and the game, from all reports, performs the same on all, like, both consoles. Like, they look the same. Then the definitive factors, there's a couple. Number one, is this a game that benefits from surround sound? Why do I ask that? Because on my Xbox Series X, if I plug my headphones into my Series X controller, I get full surround sound. But the Series X also outputs stereo audio to my stream so you guys can hear it. If I do the same thing on my PS5, just plugging the headphones into the PS5 controller mutes the stream. PS5 refuses to do dual audio out. This is an insanely huge shortcoming that Sony just didn't ever address or care about. It's been a year now since PS5 came out, and they have not improved the console literally one bit. They just kind of left it as is from launch and put in no improvements. And this is one thing that I hated about the console at launch, and I hate about it now. So with no surround sound, I can get sound, but I have to basically go through other factors. What I do, I use my old decoder box from my old Astro A40 headphones. This gives me pseudo surround. It's not really. It's basically stereo plus that tries to simulate surround sound, but it's not great. I've tried it. I had it for a year with my PS5. This is how I had audio for a year. And it's just not good. I just don't care about Sony's excuses. Like, why is it that the Xbox has this really key feature for content creators that the PlayStation doesn't? Now, some games don't benefit at all from surround sound. A narrative-based game, you know, or a game where it's not open world and things can sneak up on you and stuff like that. But I'll tell you right now, for example, right now I'm playing Visage. Oh my God, the surround sound sounds so good in that. I'm playing Far Cry 6. Yes, the surround sound's important in that because you want to hear where enemies are coming up around you when you're playing. When I play a game like Battlefield coming up, that also is going to be a huge thing, you see? But admittedly, there are going to be some games where it ain't going to matter at all. Seriously, like Lost Judgment, it doesn't matter. Lost Judgment, you don't need surround sound for. Who cares, right? So some games, it's a big deal. Some games, it's not a deal at all. Another factor for me is the controller and the benefits of having the haptic feedback over a normal controller. And the reason I say that is with the PlayStation 5 controller, you have the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers. Some games I feel like have utilized it well. Most games have not. Most games, when I play them and I feel that haptic feedback, it just doesn't affect me after like the first couple hours. I forget it even is happening. It just becomes something commonplace. It doesn't really add to my overall gaming experience. What I will tell you is, comparing the Xbox Series X controller to the PS5 controller, they're very similar, but I like the Series X more. Much like last console gen, I liked the Xbox One controller more. The thumbstick placement, I feel, is more natural on the Xbox controller than it is on the Sony controllers. And it's a lighter weight controller, and it has a more textured grip on it. So I feel like I have, you know, it's easier to handle, it's easier to use. It just feels better to me naturally in my hands than the PS5 controller does. So unless I'm going to get some kind of major benefit, like if a game says, oh, it really utilizes the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers and it changes your gameplay experience, then I might consider playing the game on PS5. But for most games, I've enjoyed playing them way more on the Xbox Series X controller over the last couple of months. So that's really, I mean, those are the factors. And I mean, if you're really looking at it, most games, that means cross-platform games, I likely am going to be playing on my Series X. Just being honest, you know, they look the same on both consoles. They both have almost instant loading, right? And I get surround sound on the Series X and a controller that I like better. So why not go with what you like better, right? Now, I'm sure there's going to be some cases where that's not the case. There's always going to be exclusives. Those have to be played on each console exclusively. There's going to be some games that, you know, like, for example, the Street Fighter Collection, I'm playing on PS5. Why? Because I owned it on PS4, and Legacy carried over to PS5, so I play the Street Fighter Collection once a week on PS5. You see? But for the most part, you know, cross-platform stuff, I'm likely playing it on the Series X. I don't think there's a reason, admittedly, to really even mess around with it on the PS5 unless there is some kind of definitive feature of the controller that's going to be better. Or maybe they actually could pair two versions. Like, wow, it runs way better on PS5 than on Xbox Series X. Then I would consider it. But outside of that, right now, everything's just better on Series X for me. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the deal. This week should be a fun week, a good balance of stuff, variety stuff, and wrapping up playthroughs, right? You know, Visage, Condemned, Far Cry 6, continuing with Lost Judgment, finishing House of Ashes. That's my focus for the week until Forza comes out on Tuesday. Then when I come back for my day off on Wednesday, then we got the GTA trilogy, and then we're into high gear for the rest of the month. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to direct your attention to this because I see a ton of people out of the 260-some people we have on the stream. A ton of you are not members of the stream. Come on. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in November, okay? And in November, we have a new goal for members. It's much lower than the one I had last month, by the way. This goal is absolutely attainable, especially with the games that are coming out this month. This goal is attainable. But I need your buy-in and your support. Okay? Please become a member of the channel if you can. If you can't, that's fine. No pressure if you cannot. But if you're watching the content every day, you're enjoying it, why not support the channel in a concrete way that you're going to benefit from? Listen to all the benefits you get when you become a member. Highlight a name in stream chat. Don't have to abide by slow mode rules so you can talk as much as you want. Chat crown to show how long you've been a supporting member. Access to all of my emotes. Priority when it comes to shows like Ask the King to get your questions answered on the show. Priority ability to nominate and vote on special events. And that's just for now. Long term, I have plans on even more things for members. But that's a ton of benefits for $4. $4. Uno, dos, tres, and one more. $4. Okay? Please consider being a channel member if you're not. There's so many benefits. If we hit 300 members this month, Christmas event is happening. What happens during my Christmas marathon event? First of all, I have to fight off the elves. They always show up and I have to fight them off. I have a big sword and shield and I combat right in my front yard. Okay, that actually doesn't happen. What does happen is I do a marathon of gaming and festive fun right before Christmas. Usually just a few days before Christmas. What is happening during that event? Number one, I dress up in festive attire. Usually I have multiple different Christmas sweaters, shirts, and things that I wear, even hats that I trade off during the course of the session, okay? I play a variety of games, and the variety of games is picked up by Jasper. Jasper picks all the games for us. No. The variety of games is picked by Ryu. He selects them for us. No. They're picked by you. You, the viewers, nominate and vote on games for this event, and since we're now on YouTube, members are going to be able to pick specifically one game just for the marathon. Just like members picked Condemned Criminal Origins for the Halloween event, you're going to be able to pick a game for the Christmas marathon exclusively. How exciting is that? Very exciting. Okay? In addition, for the one time a year, only once a year does this ever happen. 365 days a year. Or I don't stream 365 days a year. I at least have one day off a week. So that would be like 300 days a year. I'm streaming. Okay? Out of the 300 days a year, only one day do I drink and partake in imbibing in liqueur and other cordials and festive brews. Okay? What do I drink? Usually I have some beer, holiday-themed beer. I usually go to the liquor store and see what they've got. Something they have holiday-themed stuff. So I usually get eggnog. I love eggnog, and I usually have that. And then sometimes I get other stuff. This year I'm really feeling some kind of liqueur, whether it's, maybe I'll get like that apple cider whiskey or something else. They usually have some really good stuff around this time of year. We'll have to see what they got. Okay? So, I'll be drinking during the event. And that's cool because I don't usually do that, right? Something different, something, festive and celebrating the holidays with you guys. All right, now, if we hit 300 members by the end of November, we lock in at this event happening. But there's a tier 2 reward in effect this month as well. which I also feel we can hit. I really feel GTA is going to bring in people and put butts in seats to watch my streams. I feel that. So, once we hit 325 members, I'm adding 2 other special events to the marathon. The first will be the next edition of Feasting with the King. If you didn't see the Feasting with the King that I did on Sunday for Halloween, you've missed on one of the best things I've ever done. It was super fun. It was some of the best food I've ever tasted. Incredibly unique. It opened my eyes and my horizons to a whole new kind of cuisine. Really. So I hope you guys will consider becoming a member just on that. But in addition, I'll be doing a special holiday-themed episode of DSP Tries It. In this episode, I'll be doing something that's actual Christmas themed. I'm going to actually go to some local stores and see what they've got and buy something that's Christmas themed and try it out live on the stream for you guys, okay? So, that is quite a lot. Quite a lot, all right? So, yeah, please consider becoming a member. Right now, I'm looking at the chat, and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people who aren't members, and we're all talking right now. All right, see, 9 seconds. I turned off the camera for 9 seconds. And for every person I see in chat that's not a member, I'm turning the camera off for another. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm just kidding. But the point I'm making is, it's cheap, it helps the channel, and you get tons of benefits from it. Please consider becoming a member this month, okay? Okay, I'm just messing with people. People are taking this so seriously. I'm just messing around. I'm just dicking around on the pre-stream. People want me to be on camera for the pre-stream, so now I'm on camera, and I'm joking with you guys, and people are like, oh my god, oh, he's turning the camera off. Oh my god, relax. Okay. So, let's see here. Anything else? I'm just trying to think housekeeping-wise. Is there anything else? There's, like, no gaming news today. Like I said, the only gaming news was some stupid bullshit about the next Modern Warfare. What the fuck do I care about next year's Call of Duty now? Why would I even want to talk about it now? It's so dumb. It really is so dumb that they've actually realized that so many people just don't care about this game besides the people who are, what do they call it? The installed base. What I mean by that is whenever you have an annual game, there's people that buy that game no matter what. The same people who buy Madden every year, the same people who buy NBA 2K every year, and they all spend a ridiculous amount of money on the stupid microtransactions and shit in those, Ultimate Team or whatever. These are the same people who buy Call of Duty every year, gotta watch every content creator who plays Warzone, gotta listen to people tell them that games suck because they don't have Battle Royale, and then only watch their content. You know, those people are gonna buy it no matter what, right? They are. But outside of that, the common person this year is basically completely turned off to Call of Duty. Really. Like, but with all the shit that went down to Activision this year, all the stuff about their culture and how toxic they are over there, and then on top of that, the fact the game just sucks shit. The beta was terrible. So, I think they're throwing in the towel and realizing we're not going to get anyone to buy this game who isn't part of the installed base. So just stop even mentioning it and start talking about the next Modern Warfare next year. Build a whole year towards it, which again, they never do that. They've never done that before. So I guess we'll see what happens with it, but that's really the only news. Like, I was looking around, there's no real other gaming news today. You know what the other gaming news is? Poor Sakurai, I don't know how to pronounce his name. The guy who's the lead developer of Smash, who now finally, he's feeling relief because the final DLC character for Smash was released, Sora, and now he's like, that's it, there is no more development on Smash. So he was actually interviewed by Famitsu, the Japanese gaming publication, and they were like, so, any more plans for Smash? He's like, no. He's like, no, really, I'm done. I have not talked to Nintendo about it. I don't want to talk to them about it. I'm done with Smash. Please stop asking me. He's basically like, I just want to move on and do other stuff with my life. I'm so, Smash has been the dominating thing in his life for so long. And the fan base for Smash is so rabid that every time that Sakurai posted something up, people would be like, is this a hint and a clue to the next season pass character for Smash? He would post them on Marshmallow, and they'd be like, oh my god, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is the next entrant in Smash, you know? So he's so tired of it that everything in his life has to be about Smash Brothers. He's just so relieved, and then Famitsu interviews him, and they're like, hey, Gani, what do you think about Smash? He's like, fuck, no, I'm not doing any more Smash work. He's like, and basically, he's wondering, he even said, I wonder if Nintendo would ever continue to make Smash games without him. Because basically, he's like done. He's like just done. He doesn't want to do Smash Brothers anymore. And he's wondering, will Nintendo ever choose to make another Smash Brothers game because he doesn't want to be involved anymore? Would they do it without him or not? Because he's always been involved, you know, as the head. And he's curious what would happen and how it would go. But personally, no, I don't blame him. The poor guy has been so, especially since the dawn of social media, right? Social media becoming so huge. And people basically just kind of harassing him constantly about fucking Smash. I don't blame the guy for being completely burnt out and basically wanting to do something else with his life. So I actually wish him the best, because even though I'm not a big Smash player, I appreciate what he did. Like some of the campaigns of those games, he didn't have to put any effort into that shit. He did. Like, take a look at this last Smash and the Smash that was on the Wii. I forget what they're called. Those had significant story-based campaigns that added tons of content for someone who isn't an online competitive player like myself, and made it feel like my purchase was worth money. He didn't have to do that at all. He worked hard. He works you could tell the difference between one of these game developers who's, I'm just putting out a yearly iteration of the same shit. He works his ass off on that franchise, man. And I feel bad that the guy's so fucking burnt out because the fans are so harassing of him and the stuff. You know, you can definitely tell the difference between you look at different people sometimes and you read that guy and you're like, dude, that is a man who is just exhausted from working so hard and just wants time away to just have a fucking life outside of Smash. And I wish him the best. I actually hope he goes on to make other games that are pretty good. I really do. If that is his passion to make games, I hope he didn't get completely burnt out with the Smash franchise, you know. But, you know, that's really the news. That's the only gaming news today. There's really nothing else going on in game news, so there's not much to chat about this morning. So let's jump into shoutouts. Now, you guys know I'm crowdfunded. You know I don't have any sponsors or partners. I basically rely on you guys to support me and keep me going via crowdfunding during the streams. You can do many different things, like becoming a channel member, which we've already talked about. You can do a super chat or a super sticker. Those help out in the long term. The best way to support me is by tipping me, because tips I get right now and tips I get more of a cut of than anything else. So please consider tipping me on the stream. We have rewards in effect for tips. Gunner glasses at 50. Any hat for 100. Today I've decided I'm not going to wear the headphones. So any hat available if we hit $100 in tips. And your favorite vests available if we hit the full tips goal of 150 today. Okay? Sound good? All right. Let's get to shout-outs now. So let me refresh. We look like we have a lot of YouTube side stuff to shout out. So we start off with Nathan Smith, who did a super chat and says, Phil, I know you're not playing Call of Duty this year, but I must say the Zombies looks good. It looks like a rough like. I think your comment got cut off. And that's the thing. At one point, I cared about Zombies. I don't anymore. You know, there was one time when I did some cooperative gameplay with people over the internet, and I really don't do that anymore. I don't really care about it. So Zombies, again, for me, when I play Call of Duty, I look for an interesting campaign and an addictive and complex, robust online experience when it comes to the multiplayer. And if I don't get that, I think the game sucks. I actually really liked, what was it, Black Ops 4's multiplayer. I thought that it was fun. I just thought the online connections were not as good as they should have been. But I still liked the game overall. I really played the hell out of the multiplayer in the last year and had a good time with it. All right? Vanguard does not look like it's going to be like that for me. I played the beta. I didn't like it, you know? So am I going to pay $70 just to play a campaign? No. Okay. But again, if someone wanted to donate it, that's a different story. Royal World is in a super chat. It says, can I donate for Rune Factory 5 in March? I have no idea what that is, so the answer right now is no. Thank you for the super chat. Lennon McCarthy did a super chat. Says, you're right. Daylight saving time sucks. They don't do it in Arizona because it wastes power there because it's hot. Time should stay the same. Yes. 100% agree with you. Thank you for the super chat. Playing golf with dolphins and frogs has tipped me $2. Well, excuse me, has done a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. I Am David has re-upped their membership as a standard supporter and says, are you going to play the GTA Trilogy Remastered? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yes. Indeed, I am. Yes, I am. Absolutely. I'm very excited for it. Thank you for re-upping your membership. The Villain has also re-upped his membership as a super supporter, which is the tier 2, which helps out more. Thank you to the Villain for that. The Dirty Troll has done a super chat. He says, which company has the better games? Telltale, Dark Pictures, Don't Nod, or Quantic Dream? Whoo! Man, that is a tough question. See, here's the thing. Telltale has done some of the best narrative-based games ever, but they've also had some misses. You know what I mean? Like, there definitely have been some Telltale games that weren't nearly as good as others. Dark Pictures. Well, when you say Dark Pictures, what you actually mean is Supermassive Games. That's the actual name of the game dev company. I've liked every game they've put out. Until Dawn, Man of Medan, Little Hope, and House of Ashes. Man of Medan is the worst out of all those, I feel. But it's still a pretty solid game. I would say Until Dawn and Little Hope are my two favorites. I still like House of Ashes a lot, but I do like those others better. Don't Nod, again, they're kind of hit or miss. Then they put out a really good game like the original Life is Strange or Life is Strange True Colors. It resonates and you're like, man, that was unique, that was interesting. It's a game that made me feel and think about the human condition and emotions and all kinds of stuff. I really like it, you know? But then they put out shovelware, you know, like Life is Strange Before the Storm or Life is Strange 2 or even some of the other games they've made, for example, Vampire, which that game stunk ass. So that's what I mean. Like, they're not they make amazing games, but then they're not consistent. Quantic Dream. Okay? Jasper, you're being a nut. What are you doing? Quantic Dream. Thinking about all the stuff Quantic Dream has done, I don't think there's a game they've made that I didn't like. Like, starting with Fahrenheit, or Indigo Prophecy, same game. He's sniffing the Vault Boy up there. And then after that, Heavy Rain, right? And then Beyond Two Souls. And then Detroit Become Human. I think I've liked every single game that they've put out, right? Every game. So I would say, with the games the companies you just mentioned, for me, it would be between Dark Pictures and Quantic Dream. And quite frankly, I don't know if I could pick between the two. I think they're both really, really good companies right now. Supermassive Games and Quantic Dream. Ah! What are you doing? You licked my head. Jasper, you're a nut. Look at my head, man. Jasper's looking for Steve the Spider, says Orange Cat. Yeah, Steve's gone till next year, buddy. Steve the Spider is back. He went back out on vacation back home. He only stays here for a month. It's a timeshare. And he's gone now. You're a nut. Okay, so that's the YouTube side contributions. Thank you all for that. Now we swing over to tips. Our first tip of the day is from Judante, who tipped me $10 and says, let's get you up to $10. Do you watch TV series that are not American? Sometimes. It really depends. Like, I'm not against that. Admittedly, when you're watching a television series that's in English, it's a lot easier because you don't have to read the subtitles. And let's be honest here. Usually, you do want to watch it in its original language. Reason being, excuse me, a lot of the times when they dub these shows in English, things get lost in translation. You know what I mean? Like, if you're watching a show from Asia and it's dubbed in English, all of a sudden they might start using English mannerisms and phrases and things that actually aren't the intentions of the people who wrote the show to try to make it, oh, it's more American now. You know, I don't like that. I usually, if I'm going to watch an international show, I'll watch it in its original language and read the subtitles. But, admittedly, that makes it a little more challenging because you got to read the subtitles. Sometimes you're just relaxing. You don't want to be staring at the television screen every moment. Oh, I want to get up and get a drink or make myself a snack. Now you got to pause it because if you don't, you're going to miss out on everything going on in the show because you're supposed to be actively reading the subtitles, right? So, to me, I do enjoy some internet. You know, first of all anime is international. It's not American, right? And I enjoy some anime from time to time. I've watched shows with the dubbing and everything. Do I watch them regularly? No, I don't. But I do enjoy them. Okay. Personally, recently, no, I've not watched any because I'm sure that's probably the next question. Oh, have you watched any recently? Anything? No, not really. Right now, currently, my wife and I are watching a few different shows. We're watching the Alfred Hitchcock Presents stuff. Alfred Hitchcock Presents was a show that back in the day, suspense thriller, murder mystery kind of stuff. It's an anthology series, and I really like it. And we've been watching it together, and we're enjoying it. We were watching it for October for like Halloween, and we're still watching it. So we're doing that, and that's really about it. We watch every once in a while. We try to watch some food shows, but it's tough because like with the on-demand video services we have, they rotate the shows a lot. So there's instances where we're like, oh, we really like this food show. We watch this one show where it's going to focus in on different kinds of cuisine. So we watch one episode about like barbecue all around the world. The next night we're like, oh, let's watch a new episode. Oh, the show's now unavailable. We can't watch it anymore. Oh, great. So it is what it is. But you know, we haven't been watching anything too consistent or anything like that. Nothing to speak of. Okay. Chicken Man has tipped me $1.50. And says, I'm legit hardcore Call of Duty fan. I've played every game since Call of Duty 1 on PC. I'm even skipping Vanguard. It's that awful, at least the beta was. It's worse to me than Modern Warfare of 2019. I'm not shocked that Sledgehammer made this game after they were kicked off last year's Call of Duty. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just not good. From what I saw, the more I played it, the more I hated it. At first, when you jump into any new Call of Duty, it's fun for the first few hours because no one knows what they're doing. They're flubbing it. But once you kind of figure, oh, okay, here's how you play it. And here I started doing the weapon attachments and everything. And I played it more and more. I was like, oh, it's really not very good. Some of the weapons are just terrible and not good at all. Others are just ridiculously overpowered. The game is full of bugs. At least, again, the beta was completely full of glitches and bugs. It's like, dude, this is the beta that's supposed to, like, when they give you a beta like that close to release, that's supposed to be the experience that convinces you to buy the game. When you're giving me a beta that's completely full of bugs and issues, how does that convince me to buy your game? It doesn't. It does the opposite. It literally talked me out of buying it because I was on the fence before I played the beta. Excuse me. So, yeah. I'm with you here, Chicken Man. I'm disappointed too. I can't believe how bad it is. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, by the way, there's one final news story I completely forgot about. In regards to Returnal, you guys remember last week I did an update on Returnal and told you guys the makers of Returnal added a feature to resume your game. But it's not a save per se. It's not like you could save your game and if you resume it and you die, you could reload it. You can't. The way it works is it's basically a resume function. You could pause in the middle of a run, turn your console off, come back later and resume your run. But much like the regular game, if you die, you got to start your run over. Well, people already found a way around it, much like Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, the game is also a continuous run. There's no way to save your game and then die, but then restart with all the shit before. It's not possible, okay? But what do they do in Dark Souls? They cheat. They take your game save file, you upload it to the cloud, take your console offline, right? If you die, fuck that, reload the save from the cloud. They did the same thing with Returnal. So people have found the way around, and now they're basically cheesing Returnal to be a game where you can save your game like people wanted from the start. By the way, people are saying that Returnal is a much better game with a game save. They're liking it more because they're saying all the frustrating factor of having to, wasted time when it's removed from the game, the game actually is quite an enjoyable experience. It's only the wasted time factor that makes it annoying. How funny is that? So anyway, yeah, people are cheesing Returnal and saying that the game is fun now. That was a news story I forgot about. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I got nothing else, so here's what we'll do. Let's go on a break. I'm going to use the restroom. I recommend that you grab a drink or a snack and use the restroom yourself. When I come back from this brief break, it'll be Far Cry 6 fun, open world exploration, fun gameplay content, mostly story today. We're going to try to get through the third area of the island. Like I said, we're teaming up with the Legends, but they're trying to team up with the other group. And we're trying to get everyone to basically get along. There are some side content missions I opened up too, like to get a new companion and stuff. Maybe I'll do some of that today. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to mostly be just an open world kind of chill stream. More casual, not as serious. I hope you guys are ready for that kind of a vibe, okay? All right. I will be back after the break. Thank you guys very much. See you in a few minutes. Awesome.